Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and today when I was surfing YouTube, I came across this story regarding the sudden transformation of Dwayne The Rock Johnson. No, he's not become a woman, because that would be pretty funny if he had. Dude is well into his 50s now. He was gonna have to come off the gear at some point, and he's reposted this tweet saying, what happened to The Rock? And yeah, let's have a close-up of this picture. This is, this is quite the transformation. Now listen, as a guy who's a fan of the male aesthetic, I like big, bulky dudes. I'm not a fan of the skinny frame, even though I'm skinny at the moment, which I don't fucking like, by the way. I hate the way I look at the moment. And I definitely I am working on bulking up anyway. And I'm seeing some signs again. But honestly, look, I mean, it's quite the transformation. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of The Rock's new look on the side. I mean, Dave Bautista has gone through the same thing as well.
A couple years ago, I put on a lot of weight for a film called Knock at the Cabin, and I went up to 315. And I've been trying to shed that weight since, and I'm just now kind of gotten to the point where I'm like, I feel good.
Look, let's get into it, man.
Bought the rebels! Get the magic!
Oh God, oh man, oh God!
Watch this space.
The next half hour.
He brings you.
What happened to Rock? Why he lost his big muscles? And what does Grok say? What does Grok the Rock say? Dwayne The Rock Johnson slimmed down for his role as MMA fighter Mark Kerr in the upcoming film The Smashing Machine, which we'll have a look at very quickly. He lost around 60 pounds to match the character's physique. He's also been managing gut health issues, but reports feeling great overall because, of course, he's The Rock. He's going to feed you that information. So from thepeople.com, inside Dwayne The Rock Johnson's weight loss journey to the center of his mind, everything the actor has said about his health. Dwayne The Rock Johnson gained a noticeable amount of muscle mass for his role in The Smashing Machine. Yeah, you know, people confuse muscle mass gaining of and weight loss as the same thing when they're actually not. So again, yes, he's in his 50s. I understand that. Again, you know, from a man who actually admires the male physique, I definitely prefer the picture on the left of The Rock in a very ill-advised velveteen tuxedo. Very odd choice of fashion, Rock. And there on the right, you know, he kind of looks like that. Let me just see if I can blow this up, folks, so you can get a better look. So there you go. I mean, yeah, I mean, look, he's definitely more trimmed down. I get it. And the amount of enhancers, shall we say, that Mr. Rock has taken over the years to look a certain way, the maintenance of the body. I mean, again, the body can take so much in a day. I've been advised by my doctor, don't overdo it on the snacks you eat every day. But listen, you know, I'm just in a process of rebulking. I don't know if I'm going to get there, but what are you supposed to do? Just sit back and eat berries and twigs for dinner and lunch? You're just going to die anyway, aren't you, of malnutrition? I don't like that. So again, March the 12th, 2023, that's what The Rock looked like. And this picture was taken on the 1st of September, 2 days ago, at the Venice Film Festival. Dwayne The Rock Johnson maintains his muscular body through a mix of diet and exercise. At one point, he consumed up to 8,000 calories a day while still enjoying a massive weekly cheat meal. Yeah, we saw him pretending to eat these large 12-inch, 15-inch pizzas, right? Which I've done. I can still do, actually, with my eyes closed. And I could probably consume one in about 20 minutes. But what I do now when I buy a large pizza like that, I actually make it last about 3 or 4 days for me and my mum to eat, which is really cool. The actor shifts his workout schedule for certain roles, including getting bigger to play Mark Kerr in The Smashing Machine, which is also a Kurt Angle documentary, if I'm not mistaken. Dwayne The Rock Johnson's name is practically synonymous with massive muscles. So when he stepped out with a visibly slimmer physique at the 2025 Venice International Film Festival, the internet went a little wild with speculation about what has happened to its Herculean body. The former WWE star and football player has yet to comment on any weight loss rumors, but Johnson has been historically vocal about the hard work required to build and maintain his large chiseled frame, especially when a role that he was required to play asked him to go bigger. And look, here's the great Steve Austin, Stone Cold himself. The man is 60 and look at his physique. He's pretty much stayed the same because he knows that it's just not worth losing that weight. He's a man that wants to stick to a certain way that he looks. It's his brand, it's his trademark, right? And I guess if he suddenly deviates away from that, will you actually put off fans in the process who are transfixed by a certain way that you look? I mean, I guess, you know, women always say, oh, we get it so tough when we get into our 40s, we don't get hired for certain film roles anymore because we're too haggard and we're too old, because women are very vain when it comes to their outward beauty, right? But men, if you go to the gym and you train hard, right, you're gonna look a certain way and you want to maintain that. And look, Sylvester Stallone, probably my biggest hero when it comes to all of these things. You know, he still looks a certain size. He probably doesn't work out in the gym as much as he used to, but he probably does light exercising and stuff. And that's just with his wife, Jennifer Flavin. But honestly, I mean, look, let's have a look at this trailer quickly for the Smashing Machine. We'll start it from about this point onwards and just have a quick look.
Way back. But he's a buddy of mine.
Come on, baby. Too much?
Never.
Too much?
No.
Please.
Yeah, and that's Emily Blunt. I mean, one of the reasons why I'm watching this film, because she plays a bimbo with a false cleavage. So because, you know, we know Emily Blunt isn't really renowned for having a super massive cleavage, but here she definitely sucks it all up. There you go, see what I mean? He looks good. And it's directed by the Safdie brothers, who also directed Adam Sandler in that movie about stolen diamonds. So I guess The Rock is kind of chasing that glory now.
Best feeling there is. It's 40,000.
Looks good. So in fact, if you just go back here, so that's the muscle he gained for this role. So I'm definitely watching this film when it comes out with my buddy Sam. We'll definitely go and watch this. I mean, again, Zac Efron, you know, went for an Oscar glory bid with his wrestling movie about the brothers, right? But I get the Iron Claw, but I'm not sure, you know, if I don't, maybe this might turn The Rock around. People say that The Rock always plays the same kind of character all the time. But if you remember other films he's been in, like Snitch and the Get Shorty follow-up, I think it was Stay Cool, right? Where he played a gay character. It was pretty funny there. And so there's other roles before he became really, really super famous where he was actually just acting and not memeing his own persona, because that's what he became later on.
You're gorgeous. You're the second guy who's hit on me today. Is it the Axe body spray? Tell me.
But I guess maybe Danny Garcia, his ex-wife, I'm not sure if she's still his manager. She used to be the manager for Henry Cavill as well, is managing him, or he's switched managers now, probably out of loyalty. He hasn't done that, but it's landed him this, and even more spectacularly, we have to look at this, because this was at the end of the Venice Film Festival when the Smashing Machine stopped rolling after the end credits, and this was the reaction. I mean, to be fair, he still looks fairly big there. He's not super slim, but then again, that jacket he's wearing might be filling out the bits and pieces, perhaps. But he's tearing up. The audience are giving him a big standing ovation. I mean, are you going to disagree that he sucked in the film? Probably not. I wouldn't. Yeah, and he's breathing a sigh of relief. Well, you know what? Given how woke the Oscars are now in next year's ceremony, do you think The Rock might actually be included as a Best Actor nominee? Quite possibly, because you know you got to check off some more tick boxes at the Academy of Motion Pictures and Science, right? So, my God, it's It's a strange time we're living in, folks. And you know, I've always had this theory as well, and I'm going to switch screens here very quickly. Again, when I see people that have had like all this weight gain, they're either overweight or they're muscular, like Jonah Hill. Remember when he lost all the weight and people thought he wasn't that funny anymore, right? I've got a bit of an itchy nose at the moment, folks. It always happens at this time in the morning. And again, Kevin Smith, I always highlight him. He used to be fucking funny when he was huge. He used to drink 2 gallons of whole milk a day. Blew him up. He was very funny. He lost all that weight now. Now he walks around like Skeletor from He-Man, a franchise he managed to ruin, by the way. And yeah, I guess when you're a certain look, stay that certain look. If for health reasons you need to shed a few pounds, great, but don't overdo it. I think a lot of celebrities and even normal people actually just overdo it. They go the whole hog and they think it's a fantastic look. And all they end up doing is living in denial, which is probably the worst thing that you could even, you know, ironically not deny. But anyway, folks, what did you think of this story about the Dwayne The Rock Johnson losing all his poundage? Yes, all the PCPs, the human steroids. You know, it can have a possible catastrophic effect on your body much later on. He's probably been told by a health advisor to dial it back a bit, eat more healthy foods. But you know, the reality is, and again, I've pointed out to Steve Austin there, one of the greatest WWEs of all time. You know, he's still got his big physique. What is The Rock so afraid of? But anyway, if you ended up enjoying this video today and the kind of content I like to talk about now, as well as video games and movies, make sure you leave a like below, smash that subscribe button, like The Smashing Machine starring The Rock and Emily Blunt, and I'll catch you catching me for the return of the next video.
I love my cheat days. They have become legendary.
Don't cheat yourself, treat yourself, my friends. Enjoy your cheat day.
Which is a good thing. I do believe in working hard throughout the week and earning your cheat meals at the end of the week. My go-to cheat meal is usually, if I could find an amazing burger spot that has an amazing cheeseburger, you know, and then I'll throw bacon on there, avocado, I'll do that. Then some sort of sugar blast. I will have either some great cookies or I have 2 amazing things. I have this amazing coffee cake, which is incredible, that I've been enjoying on my cheat days. And I also have tried this apple fritter bread, which is incredible.